want that hot sauce. Now you see I pay the cost. Never change, add a game to the world of lost. Wear the skirt, then I skirt, round and round on this earth. This queen been here, bob and weave, no fear. Waiting for the king, stayed working. Got talked about, they whispered, no doubt. I hear everything, visualize all the wins. Never mad at y'all, I just pray for y'all. I step and move on, keep my lights on. My MO has never been about quitting. No matter what's on the menu, I'm still eating. I've been here, I've been here, I've been here, I've been here. Voice stay working, I've been here. Never left the post.
Oh yeah.
I've been here. You'll never see me choke.
And my man, Mr. L, right here.
I've been
It's
here.
another great Saturday morning.
I've been here. I've been
What's good, everybody? This is Saturdays with Mr. L and Friends. How many of us? I guess you didn't tell the guests. You didn't tell Dr. Latoya Gatlin that when we say Saturdays with Mr. L and Friends, he's friends.
How many of us have them?
What's happening, Mr. C? I appreciate that last track there. And shout out, Latoya, Doctor, I'm sorry. Let me get this right. Let me get this right. So Mr. C is here as the resident DJ for today's show, but he also is the CEO of Serious People Music,
Yes, sir.
which is the label that hosts Serious Voice that got number 2 on that BDS Radio Christian hip hop chart. Shout out to Serious Voice.
Shout out to Serious.
Tell me about that process, Mr. C, right quick, right? Because you know what's happening right here, right?
Yes, sir.
We're filming you in VR. So the people that's watching, you know about the VR? So it's a 3D view. So they could look and the crowd, look at that camera right there.
Yes, sir.
Talk to that camera and tell them how you feel about the process of getting Serious Voice where she is right now.
Listen, man, it's been nothing but a grind. Shout out to Mr. L and Friends. For the record, Mr. L has been a huge part of the process with his production talent, his genius. I'm gonna just throw it out there right now.
Man, I'm just here to help, man.
But
I'm a vessel. I'm like Miss Gatlin.
SPM at its core has been at it for over a decade. Serious Voice has always had the fire, not just for the art of hip hop, but the message with the art to impact souls and impact the minds of young people. We've been at it for over a decade, going through the process of going to business conferences, going to, putting your music in a position to be heard at sound sessions at these conferences, getting rejected. People talk about the success, but they don't talk about the rejection along the way.
I remember the humble days of Anthem, and yes, I remember those humble days, bro.
And those humble days.
I still got the mix CD in my studio sitting on the shelf. Are You Serious mixtape?
Yep.
It's sitting on the wall.
Are You Serious Volume 1?
Yes.
And the thing about it is rejection and failure lights, in our case, it lit our fire to come back stronger, come back harder. So whether it be Christian hip hop or secular hip hop, it basically what happens is when you go through things, you can either respond one or two ways. You can either respond with okay, I'm just gonna lay on my back and let the failure be a door. I can be the failure's doormat, or I can basically be like a MMA fighter on the bottom, push the person off, get back on my feet, and keep on fighting. And that's what we did. We kept on fighting.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, that's inspirational right there, Mr. C.
Appreciate that.
Yo, so you still got to do your thing. We need instrumentals in the background because you know how you got to keep doing your thing.
Oh, so it's enough talking on here. Okay,
yeah, enough talking. Shout out to Mr. C, man. Mr. C, I'm telling you something, man. This is Saturdays with Mr. L. I'm telling you, my friends work extremely hard, and that's why I'm glad to meet a new friend that's sitting next to me. Because I got a habit of just bragging about all my friends. I got all my friends in the building. Of course, the commissioner's in here pressing all the buttons, keeping us in check. Serious Voices in the building, making sure she got that backbone support she needs for Mr. C, her CEO of Serious People Music, and her husband. And Jay Swag is in the building supporting his folks because he always in the building. So, just making sure, begging mom to get him another PS5 game. And then D-Roy 1, of course, is in the building. As my commentary, and today he was kind of on fire with the jokes. I ain't even gonna hold you. I laughed a little bit today. He stepped it up a bit. But to my left, I don't even have your mic on, so you gotta send me the pointer. You gotta give me the cue.
be on.
No. The commissioner says her mic should always be on. I hear you. What's that track in the background, Mr. C? That's nice. That's a nice vibe, isn't it, Miss Gatlin?
Next track from this artist Sivion called Honeydew, instrumental.
Nice. Who's on Instagram following us right now, Commish?
We have O-Bags in the building.
O-Bags.
Lady Glenn, I said that already, right?
Lady Glenn.
Marco Banaz. Dottie Hendricks,
yes.
Constant Battle always.
Constant Battle was good. She got the tour coming up. Serious Voices on the leg of that tour.
Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
Serious People Music in the building and
Serious
in the building on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Yellow Stitches.
What up? Who?
Yellow Stitches.
What up, Yellow?
They were at New York Fashion Week Black. Nicole Best's fashion.
Nice. Shout out to Nicole and Bess. New York
Proud to be Maya's mommy.
How to be Maya's mommy.
Proud to be mommy's mommy. That's one of your cousins, nieces, something.
Oh yeah. That's actually my sister-in-law. That's my sister-in-law. It's hard to keep up with all of that.
So we got Kingdom Center in the building, which is Latoya's church.
Yep.
The
She's
church
the first
is in
lady
the
of
building.
Kingdom Center.
Church
Pastor
got your back.
Jeremy Gatlin, her husband.
Mr. Gatlin. Pastor Gatlin, right? Is he a pastor?
Yes.
Pastor Gatlin.
Nikki Loves Tim is in the building. Caring for
Who
your
Nikki
crown.
Love? Who's Nikki Love?
Nikki Loves Tim.
Nikki loves Tim. Shout
Who's
out
Tim?
to
Where Tim at? You're supposed to be watching Tim on Instagram.
Tanya Fran 1.
We got a lot of people watching us today. All these are your friends.
hey, Toya's
Your people is in the building. God, no. That's how you repping?
That's how I'm repping.
So it's
That's how we give it up in
there's a
Brooklyn.
couple of ways
I
they
heard
can
you
watch
say
the
I
interview.
heard somebody in Staten Island.
You came in straight Brooklyn. Came in thugged out in the Brooklyn gear. Like, I'm just saying, you look like you about to go to a Nets game right now. You about to watch Durant drop 60 points on the world.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice. It's been a while. He did it last week, though. I think he did 54 points. I think he did. He did okay. But there's a lot of people getting 50-point games. I feel like NBA is staging these 50-point games to create excitement. It's a little uncomfortable. But, you know, that's the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm more of a college basketball fan anyway.
So okay, speaking of college basketball, we're gonna get to you in a minute. But this girl, she's like 6'2". What's her name?
You mean Brittany?
No, not Brittany.
She's WNBA, who's in jail in Russia.
Not her. She messed up. She shouldn't have had cannabis oil on her. You can't go to people's countries without knowing the rules. That's just what it is. I'm sorry. Y'all want me to feel bad for her, but you went to I traveled to a lot of countries, and the first thing I do is check what you can't take.
Find out the protocol.
That's the first thing I check. What can I pack in my bag? And when people give me stuff to put in my bag, I say, no, I didn't check to see if that's valid to go there. That's the first. You know, Jerry, try to give me Slim Jims. Yo, take this with you.
Slim Jims.
Try to give me snacks. I'm like, no, I don't know what these countries feel about these snacks. Keep it.
That's right.
I am not trying to get stuck in customs over a Slim Jim. That's a joke. It's a bad. So, Dr. Gatlin,
so.
I do like. I'm an addict. That's why I'm an addict to Slim Jims, actually. So, we know you're Brooklyn bred because you repping it strong.
For sure.
But you did the same thing Serious Voice did and ran to Long Island. What's that about?
Well, see what had happened was.
Yeah, I got that. I got the hammer.
See what had happened was.
What had happened?
But I live there, but my church is still in the east.
Oh, got you.
My church.
Oh,
I'm still
okay.
serving.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
still
okay. So
serving
you
in the
right,
East
got
New
you,
York,
got you.
Brownsville
So you're
section.
still in the community. You're still building community
I'm
in
still
East New York.
building community.
So okay, when you say East New York, Brownsville, I know why you went to Long Island. It's tough out there.
Right.
It's been
right.
tough. It's a bit rough out
And
there.
I have a 17-year-old.
And it hasn't gotten better, which is interesting. The rest of Brooklyn, as it gets gentrified, the streets are cleaning up a bit. And it's interesting listening to the police talk all of the noise all the chatter, because I guess they're trying to, you know what, I don't want to talk about their agenda. But a lot of these things I feel like happen all the time, and they're trying to create narratives so they can do the next thing.
Absolutely.
But they haven't supported that neighborhood enough, I noticed. While all other neighborhoods were being rebuilt, restructured, and I don't see a lot of support in Bushwick and
Bushwick, East New York.
yeah, Brownsville.
Well,
I don't see
East
it.
New York is
Well,
coming.
Bushwick, I see it a little bit.
East
Brownsville,
New York, Bushwick is coming.
and New York,
Brownsville's
not so
a little
much.
further back.
Right. I don't.
But hopefully, with our new administration,
Are you talking about Eric?
I am.
Mr. I got my first TikTok.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully, with the new administration,
Bing bong.
we'll see
Is that what he
some more
did?
things. Yeah.
Yeah. That's our mayor. Thank you, de
Hopefully we'll see some more
Blasio.
things. Brownsville. Shout out to Brownsville.
Shout out to Brownsville. Shout out 718 from Brownsville, actually. Yeah. Yes. So tell me about the church. Where is the church?
So the church is the Kingdom Life Center on Atlantic Avenue, 2533 Atlantic Avenue, in the corner of Williams, near.
Williams and Atlantic. I know where that is.
Near the junction.
Yeah.
So we're there. We've been there for the last 7 years. My husband and I founded the church together.
This is Pastor Gatlin, right?
Yes.
Shout out to Pastor Gatlin.
And we've been.
We can
trying
clap
to
for
build
Pastor
some- Yes,
Gatlin,
Pastor
right?
Jeremy Gatlin.
That's Bay. That's Bay.
Pastor husband.
That's
Yeah.
Bay. Yeah, and we've been trying to build, work in the community and serve. The name of the church by nature is the Kingdom Life Center because we try to run it as a all-purpose place. So we oftentimes do a lot of things for the community. We don't always post it, but our service is so that it can be a center.
Wow.
Of refuge, of help, of assistance, because God cares about the whole body, not just your soul. He cares if you can pay your rent. He cares if you got a job, if
true.
you know how to write a resume. So the goal is to be of assistance to the community, so anybody, any faith can come in and feel loved and a part.
Is this your work as the vessel?
This is my work as the vessel. Our mantra at the Kingdom Life Center is the place to believe, belong, and become.
The place to believe and become.
Believe, belong, and become.
Believe, belong, become. So it's 3 B's. Mm-hmm. It's like the Better Business Bureau. Say it again.
Believe, belong, become.
I believe in that. That makes sense. Yeah, like
Because everybody's somewhere there. Either you believe and either you believe or you don't believe because of your circumstances, or you are en route to becoming something, but you're not there yet.
Right.
Or you have been excluded for whatever reason. You need to feel like you're a part of something, belong to something. So wherever you fit in, we hope that the Kingdom Life Center is someplace that you can fit.
That's a dope concept. Yeah. I like, because, this is the reason why, I guess, gang community kind of populate so quickly. Because it's a belonging that really brings them there. So it's important to, I see the kids in my building and they hang out in my building and I see that they don't have a place to be. And I stopped them once and I said, man, I wish I had a place that I could give you to go to so that you don't have to be in the hallways, because this would be considered trespassing and can be used against you.
Right. Absolutely.
And I tried to help them understand that. But I talked to them in passing. At first it was just like, get the hell out of my hallway. I don't like the way that smell. You know what I mean? It's coming in my crib. And then over a few days, I realized they don't have anywhere to go.
Right.
And so I don't know. Maybe I should send them your way. Yeah.
Perhaps, because we try our best to.
These kids are in Canarsie, so I could send them across the hood. Be like,
that's
yo,
no
go to
problem.
Williams and Atlantic. They might have somewhere for you to belong. That's kind of dope. We'll talk offline about that.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I like being able to give kids resources to find opportunities, and that belonging is very important.
It's so important.
Yeah.
And my husband always believes that if your church don't look like the neighborhood that you're in, then something isn't right.
This is true.
So it should have representation of where you are. So we're in the East. We should, if you happen to come to church, hey.
So I should say something about the
went to
Jewish
high school with
congregation. Wait, y'all know each other? What's going on here? This is a small world. Jeez. Jesus Christ. Oh my. And Twizzle. Oh my God. The Diddy of development. A very developing, established young man.
Very much so.
Another friend of mine, actually my best friend.
Oh, really?
That is my best friend. He was the guy I met. That I realized that I never had a best friend my whole life. I had one kid named Kwame.
So you didn't belong?
When I was in middle school. I belonged to a couple of things.
Oh.
It just, I lacked the ability to see that I was the leader. And when I noticed that I should be leading and not taking direction, that's when it got better for me.
Oh, that's wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that I had the it was
set.
always I had the skill set to be a leader, and it's not my fault. It's the people I've been around just told me things that helped me have a enlightened, I guess, what do you call it? A response to
Epiphany,
whatever
right.
is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I usually look at things differently from a different angle. Like
Right.
most people just react, and I've learned to look at the option, not react, think about it, then respond. It changed everything about me. And when I realized I was that type of dude, I became a leader. I embraced being a leader
Right, because you were always the leader.
5 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Most people think that it happened along. I was acting like a leader before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know how you just in the moment and you
And
there
then-
and you
but
the
you
one they
own it.
asking for the advice, you give it, but I really wasn't practicing it. Like you start to practice it when you start to mentor people.
Right.
So now when I realized that, I was like, oh, damn, it's okay for me to have enough impact to encourage somebody to think about doing something differently and help them manage through a situation. Man, I'm going down a beaten path.
Good for you.
This thing's
No,
happening in my head. But the thing is,
that's what happens.
but
That's
what I was afraid of though, years ago, I was afraid of misdirecting people. And I realized that's not my responsibility to hold accountability for where it goes. I'm just there to say there are options.
Right. You just did.
Unless I'm directly taking you down the street and saying, yo, let's go cap somebody, bro. That's directly changing somebody's path. But I was always afraid of what might be the results of advice I give to people.
Right.
And I didn't realize how much positive impact I had on people until just 5 years ago.
Oh well, good for you.
But now I understand what mentoring is, and I understand that I still require mentoring for what I need next. So yeah, that's Mr. L's conversation. and you could talk to the Twits will tell you I wasn't this guy 10 years ago. I was not this guy.
What else do you think changed it? Was it people?
I've
Was
learned
it
to be
them?
more transparent with what's going on with me.
But how? How did it happen? Was it an epiphany? Did you have other people speak?
The pandemic helped. It was like, damn, bro, you might not be here tomorrow. People might need to know how you think and what you want.
I was asking because I was watching something on the news this morning. It was talking about a cop in New Brunswick, New Jersey, who's visiting schools and just trying to teach them early how to choose different paths. And one of the young men said the one thing that stuck with him is the cop said to him, look at your friends and you can determine your future. Almost like so. Sometimes it's really about the people that are around you. So I wasn't sure if that was.
That's good advice, but that's dangerous advice.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's dangerous advice because I want people to understand that the environment they're in can lend to their path, but they should never calculate themselves to be others.
I agree because I'm from Brownsville.
Yeah, like,
but I'm not a product.
You're
of
right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
you could be around thugs and understand that I'm not a thug.
right,
Like the thugs, there are street people that protect people like leaders like myself.
right.
And I've had situations where, like, I got held down, and it was like, "Yo, L, this ain't your life, but we gonna make sure you ain't wrapped up."
right.
And I'm pretty sure in the neighborhood, there's guys in the neighborhood that go, "This is the neutral zone, bro."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's good to have that as a service. And so I don't, and I feel like people are in their situations because they're in their situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
Like if I was taught to be a killer, I'm a killer.
I think it works both
Until
ways.
somebody say don't be a killer.
I think influence can be influenced either way,
Right.
positive or negative.
Yeah.
It depends on how you receive it and how you go with it.
Yeah.
Influence
But
is just influence.
I'm just glad that police officer said something though. Because
Yeah.
it's just hard for young black men to listen to police officers though.
This is true.
Because
Well,
I've
it's
gotten Billy
consistency.
clubbed by cops.
It's consistency, though.
And we laughed about it. You know what's funny? When it happened to me, we laughed about it. He beat my ass and we laughed about it. Oh, he
Laughed about
said, because I was like in pain because I made him run through a whole train station. I jumped the turnstile. He chased me downstairs to Ralph Avenue. The commissioner's telling me something. Right. I'm on course. I'm on course. I'm definitely on course. The commissioner doesn't see the path. Like sometimes I'll be The conversation is a waterway.
Get to the water.
Get to the water. Let me turn your mic off. I just turned off the commissioner's mic. This is Saturdays and Mr. L and Friends. The transparency, that's what she said earlier, but you know, that yellow button says no.
Okay.
Love you, Commissioner. Dr. Gatlin.
Yes, sir.
So she showed me a list of things I haven't seen because I got at 8 o'clock this morning. Let's talk about them, Commissioner. Help me out with the conversation. Direct me. Yes, I snitched on you. Direct me.
Face.
You snitched on yourself
Go ahead.
because you should be reading the notes.
I know.
That's one. Can we talk about her clothing brand, Living 66?
Yeah,
Can we
okay.
talk about that?
Yeah, we did actually. And we're going back to it because right now we're talking about her community work. But we did talk about Living 66. All right, go ahead. Let's go to the next one. Let's check.
She's doing a Christian retreat in Cabo, Mexico.
Okay, we'll talk about
In
your
May.
Christian machine, Cabo, Mexico, right? Next week, you said, or next month? Next week?
Next
June.
month.
June.
Next June.
Oh, June. Yeah,
So
I
in
said
June.
May. Sorry.
So she had the wrong date. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Let's go. Next one.
She is part of the National Double Dutch League.
Okay, all right, we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Boom. She didn't mention that in our brief 30-second sit down, but okay, cool. We get there. Next one. Boom.
Let's see what else.
Everybody's jumping. So,
Everybody's jumping. Now you remember me?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what they don't know. So, Twiz, I have a 360 camera filming everybody. So all of the antics that you're doing in the background will be on YouTube on Wednesday. and of course, Mr. C doesn't care.
Right.
What else we got to check off the list there?
And just her family. She has a 17-year-old son.
I know about the 6 kids.
Oh, right.
Right?
She has.
Oh, right.
No. Blended family.
Blended
she's a
family.
Blended
Listen,
family. Yes.
her bonus babies, her children.
Okay. Like Jade and Jordan.
Yes.
Happy
like
birthday,
Jade
Jade and Jordan.
and- yes, happy birthday, Jade and Jordan.
You know her kids have
And
a
we got to
birthday
talk about
today.
Lana though. Her soon to be child star daughter. She's really dope.
Who?
Her daughter, Lana.
My daughter Lana.
Lana. So you said her name wrong. Yeah, I'm G checking. I'm G checking you because you G checked me. I'm
All right,
just saying. I got my boxing gloves on, like I got my VR headsets. Have you played Creed on Oculus yet?
Who?
It's a boxing game, right? When they
Can you
got
tell her about the Oculus?
yeah. So they have these things called the VR Oculus. That's why we're
Oh,
filming in
this
3D,
thing,
right? You put them on. So we're filming this for the purpose of when people put on their Oculus headsets, they can look around the whole room and feel like they're sitting in the room. It feels like they're standing right there.
Oh, nice.
So they're gonna be in your face. They're gonna be like, "Really? You got 6 kids? How'd that happen?" So before we go, since we're talking about kids, we ended with kids. Let's talk about the 6 kids. How is it managing the Brady Bunch? Because that's what you have.
Well,
Right?
it's not as
Actually, can we give it a black last name? What's a good black last name instead of Brady?
Jenkins?
Jenkins Bunch. Yeah. So you now have the Jenkins Bunch.
Brown.
The Brown Bunch. Now I don't know about that one.
I'll take Jenkins.
that might not make FCC regulation. Woo, Gatlin giving us the smoke.
It's actually not that bad. I mean, we don't all live in the same home. But,
Oh, okay. So you love some of them from afar.
Yes.
Okay.
But they come and visit.
Which ones do you like loving from afar? Nah,
You're a troublemaker.
I am a troublemaker. Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, they visit, and but they're college.
How many in the household do you have?
I have the 2 that I birthed in the household.
Oh, so technically you got the 2, and you got to manage the 4.
Right.
Oh, how's it
I
feel being a
co-manage with-
stepmom of 4 kids?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's
fine?
not,
They ever
because-
try to check you like they would? My pop said, "Oh snap."
I'm uncheckable.
Ooh. Are they watching? Are they watching on Instagram right now?
No.
So there's a bunch of ways you can watch us. The website SatursWithMrL.com is officially available. So go to SatursWithMrL.com. And when you can, there's a button there. Like it's 3. If you're on your mobile phone, there's 3 lines on the top right. Hit that and then click watch live. And you can watch us live. The video feed right now, you can see us from this camera right here. Boom. I just punched you in the face with my finger. And we also on Instagram on Saturdays with Mr. L. And we're also filming for a show release.
Oh,
So we're doing the Film IC Pro. We're actually using iPhones to film us. It's actually a lot cleaner than other formats. And I forgot to get the live going again on NewTown Radio. So if you're on NewTown Radio's Instagram, you see us there.
nice.
So we're kind of all over the place. So the church, getting to your church.
What about it?
How do we find it? You say it's on Williams and Atlantic.
It's on Williams and Atlantic. We're in service every Sunday. We're in the building on Sundays at 11 a.m.
So I could pop in tomorrow at 11 o'clock and
Popping tomorrow at 11.
Y'all ain't
o'clock
gonna
for
be
the
like,
men's
no, you can't come in with your London Real hoodie. You're not going.
Nope. As long as you have on a mask, you are welcome.
Oh, y'all doing mask regulations? What happened? I thought Hoochu said we take it off.
Well, some people are comfortable with other people having them on, so
I ain't challenging you. I'm just trying to see what happened.
I'm not afraid of a challenge. Now. I'm not.
I mean, you came to the
That's
show.
why I came. Yeah, that's
I mean, you
why
came to the show, so it shows you G'd up. I mean, let me tell you something. The show started a year ago. We are approaching our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
So we're celebrating that on April 8th. We're having a marathon right here, start from 9 p.m. to the next morning at 12 p.m. It's going to be Saturdays of Mr. L Marathon, bunch of interviews. All that, you're more than welcome to come. We're going to have performances on that stage, random DJs having sets, anywhere from a half hour to an hour. And I'm going to be doing interviews. It's going to be we're going to do all night. I'm going to sleep all night Thursday night. So Friday night, I'm just here.
Wow.
Hopefully Gina don't kick me out on Saturday when I get home, but we're trying to promote this. We're trying to support all of our friends. So
Right.
yeah, 1 year anniversary. So now we have to talk about your clothing line,
Yes.
right?
Living
Because the
66.
commissioner said we got to do the clothing line.
Yeah, so Living 66 is a brand, but it's also a movement. I'm trying to perpetuate and permeate the earth with.
Okay, all of those words are too big for me.
Oh.
Every single one. I said, oh. And it was like, soon as I tried to digest that one triple syllable, you just dropped the second one right behind it. I said, oh, wait a minute. Error message. ERR. You.
So the goal is to share the gospel.
Permeate and perpetuate. I got those two.
Yes.
What came after that?
That was it.
That was it?
That was it.
No,
well, the gospel.
Oh.
Just that, Living 66 is it's a brand that promotes, it's.
What's the 66 represent?
It represents the 66 books of the Bible. So at the end of the day, the faith is the book. The faith is not someone's opinion of you, someone's judgment of you. The faith is the book.
So that's why you were saying I should have rocked my Living 66 gear. I didn't know I was on video.
Right, because I didn't know I was on video.
The commissioner didn't tell you it was on video. We got 4 video cameras going. 1,
I really
2,
didn't know,
3,
but-
4, 5, 6 video cameras. She
But
didn't
like
tell
you said, Brooklyn is always
You're right.
the brand.
Yeah, Brooklyn is always the brand.
Brooklyn is always the brand.
Nice cleanup. I did say that. You're always on brand when you got your Brooklyn Nets gear on. That's all.
Brooklyn is forever the brand.
I'm only wearing this London Real because I met the dude last week. Shout out to Brian Rose again.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to let people know that you can, I'm one of those people who I hold up a standard of holiness, of integrity, to the gospel. But I also
So none of
like
the
to
stuff
have a
is
good
like,
time.
what's the stuff the girls be with the reveals too much skin?
Oh, it's all of my clothing is modest.
So it's classy. Okay.
It's modest and
okay.
right. But there's different items for different days. Like,
Where could
I'm
they
a
buy it?
I'm a multifaceted woman at www.living66.com. No G. LIVIN.
Oh, living like living single.
Because that's
living.
Because that's what I'm trying to, you can love God.
The commissioner,
live.
did you just see the swag? I'm living. You saw that? What she just did?
That's what it is. It's
Trying
that
to scare me off my own show. Living, bro.
It's
Say,
living.
yo.
I love God. I'm not going
You
to
know I'm scared of you now because you know Antoine Joyce. Like, you know some thugs, man.
He said your whole name. He said your whole name.
Antoine Joyce, yes.
Yes, that's how I know him, Antoine Joyce.
I know him as RL.
Oh, okay.
And Twiz.
Yeah. So yeah, it's about living. You can hold up a standard of holiness. I do believe in holiness. I believe in modesty. I believe in integrity. But you can do that and you can live. And I'm living.
So with that living, you got this big trip planned in June. Tell me about this trip in Cabo in June.
So this trip to Cabo.
Can I buy a ticket
exactly-
now? Like, can I be
You
like,
can.
I can?
You can.
Because my birthday June 18th. If I could just do
Oh,
a
that would
birthday
be-
trip,
That
boom.
would be great. That would be great.
What's the actual date?
So it's June 23rd through June 27th.
Nice.
And it's an all-inclusive trip to Cabo. It's all-inclusive lodging, food, and beverage.
So this
Not
beverage.
alcohol.
Oh, God, dog. You know, with that said, could you take care of my coffee, please, Commissioner?
So this resort that I've chosen doesn't even have alcohol on the premises, and I picked it specifically for that. I'm trying to create an atmosphere of
So this is a
rejuvenation
detox.
and
This is a rehab.
No, I don't drink.
Right. Okay.
And I have my, now they're neighboring resorts. If that's your thing,
No wine or nothing.
they don't sell alcohol on the premises
Wow.
at all. But they're neighboring resorts that have alcohol.
What's the cost to hang out in Cabo with you?
The cost is about, just for the lodging and airfare, lodging and the meals and beverages, not alcohol, is approximately $500 per person.
That's a
not
good
air.
price.
That's not air though.
For 3 days.
For 5 days, 4 nights.
5 days, 4 nights. $500.
Right, and
Just buy
probably
your flight.
another $500.
Buy
for
your
the
flight, and you got 5 days lodging, $500.
and the food is
So
impeccable.
they buy the tickets on Living 66 too?
They can they can get the information from info@living66.com.
info.living66.com. Living.
Living. That's how we. That's
Without
how
the
we,
G.
Without the G.
Without the G. You heard that, Commissioner? Without the G.
Because he's in everything anyway, so you don't need to add the G. You just know that I'm living. He's in everything anyway.
Yo, she just smoked the situation just now. Yo, listen. Now we gonna wrap this interview up. You just. This is Saturdays and Mr. Ella Friends. This is. Thank you, everybody. We got Dr. Latoya Gatlin is in the building. Your mic is muted.
I just had an epiphany. Wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow. The brain finally woke up and it's like,
Yeah, the way she did
wow.
that, right? The way she just did that. That was pretty slick.
wow.
The G is always there. Why we gotta put it there? Boom. I was like, okay.
You don't even know the half, bro.
Get over there. We're interviewing him later. Get out of here. That's just it. I got all my friends in the building. The commissioner is keeping us in check.
Like, I didn't have to come here with a clergy collar
Listen,
on,
get
right?
your Jesus. Some serious
20+
voices in the
years
building.
right here.
Jay Swag is in the building. Of course, Mr. C on the 1 and 2s. D Royal 1 is hiding back there somewhere. He's got his product for the day. Oh, he's working out in the street. And of course, give a big round of applause for Dr. Latoya Gatlin.
Thank you.
Please make yourself available to come hang out with us on the 1 year anniversary.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to work that out.
I will do that.
Mr. C, you got something for us? You should play that Mary Mary joint. I really like that one, bro. I really like that one. Your mic not on, bro.
Where the beginnings came from, that applause needs to be so much bigger because where we come from, I'm just saying, dude, you don't understand the style that we grew up in.
Man, listen.
I'm just saying, this is my childhood, dude. Sitting here listening, I'm like, wait, hold on. That's why the brain is kind of like, it's not connected. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this person. I know a person.
You just met her just now. Sit your ass down.
Right.
No, you just met her just now. Sit your ass down.
Person I know? That's this person now? Wow. Wow. You live 66.
Miss Catlin?
I'm 66.
Miss Catlin, watch this, Miss Catlin. Watch this. He's gone. He is gone. And that energy will be back shortly, but I'm gonna take a break. Mr. C, let us out. But thank you, Dr. Latoya Gatlin.
Thank you.
And because
Thank you.
of Twiz RL, we probably should be clapping louder.
Thank you, Mr. L. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
This is what we do. We represent our friends. How many of us have them? We'll be right back. Do you think, Mr. C?
Oh, man, you know I got another hot mix for you, starting off with Sacramento, California's very own, that vocalist, B-Rose SOS. Come on.